Hey folks, morning, day 8 of my crash diet experiment. I am just about to head into the bathroom right now and go do my morning weigh-in. Just got into my office. I didn't do a lot yesterday on this vlog yesterday just because there wasn't very much going on. So I figured today I would show you guys a exact breakdown of what I'm eating and somewhat of the caloric content of it all. So what I brought with me today to my office would be, the initial thing would be, there's about 15 tablespoons of egg whites, about 85 grams of red cabbage, about 45 grams of spinach, and then another 45 grams of white mushrooms, all cooked together. So that right there is about 180 calories, not very much, but at the same time, the volume that I'll get from that is quite a bit. So one of those protein bars that I've been eating and showing you guys is about 190 calories. Now, when you compare the food volume and how full those are going to keep me, that egg white scramble right there is going to keep me quite a bit fuller, well, on about 10 calories less. Also, it has 5 grams of protein more, so it has 25 grams of protein. The next thing is going to be my typical salad as big as your head. And it literally is about as big as my head, so I'm not just exaggerating that. That is about 2 cups worth of spinach, 2 corn tortillas, 3 ounces of sweet potatoes. I think there's 3 mushrooms in there, and then celery and sweet snap peas all cut up as well. So that right there, that whole salad is about 395 calories. Also, there's a sweet, no, not sweet, there's a garlic herb chicken sausage in there as well. So both of those together are going to be roughly right around 600 calories. And then if I get hungry in between that, I brought 3/4 of a cup of cottage cheese to have as well. So that right there is going to be right around probably 130 calories. So one of the things that I want to get on here and mention really quickly is the whole idea of being prepared and how much food you can get for the amount of calories that a specific kind of food has in it. Now, this is something that has been a learning curve for me personally, just because it's never really anything that I've had to consider a ton of. I've always kind of had enough calories to eat throughout the day, and it wasn't anything that I had to give a lot of thought to. However, when I've dropped my calories dramatically low to the 1,500 calories I'm currently eating, it becomes more and more important because I need to stay fuller for longer. And today I just want to give you guys a quick example of kind of what this looks like based on being prepared, thinking ahead, and making the food that I brought with me. So I'm going to flip the camera around and do a little bit more talking while I show you something real quick. So as you guys can see here, I have my egg whites scrambled with the spinach, the red cabbage, and the mushrooms right here. And that is about 180 calories. I'm not sure how many carbs or fiber in it, but it also has about 25 grams of protein. So about 180 calories and about 25 grams of protein. Now the protein bar that I've been eating is 190 calories, about 20 to 21 grams of protein, and then it also has some fiber and some net carbs in it. Now, how full I'm going to feel off of these foods is going to be totally different based on the amount of volume that is in the food. Now, if I eat this, the protein bar, it's going to help tide me over for a period of time. It's sweeter, but it has more calories, and it's going to be a much smaller food. Now, this, being prepared, is much greater volume of food, has more protein, probably has similar fiber, and then also on top of that is just going to help to keep me a lot fuller for a lot longer. So the importance of being prepared and making sure that you're getting the most out of the calories that you're eating is something that's become exceedingly important to me now that I have very low calories, that I'm on this crash diet. So moving forward, the goal is always to have more meals like this and less foods like this. The idea is that sometimes when I don't have enough time, this is a convenience food that I will have. But when it is within my allotment of time that I have available to me, these kinds of foods are always going to be the better choice. So I just wanted to hop on here and talk about that real quick. One other quick thing to mention is that the protein bar would typically be used for me as just a basic snack, so something that I would have in between meals. However, because the egg white scramble has so much more food in it, I could actually eat that as a meal. So I could end up eating a lot more food throughout the day when I prioritize whole foods that are nutrient dense that have lots of fiber, lots of protein and things like that. So the bar is usually for me used as something that's a snack in between meals just to tide me over. The scramble has so much food in it that I can actually eat it as a whole other meal and still have less calories than has in the bar. So that's an important thing to note, is really maximizing the food volume and getting the most out of your calories that you possibly can. Yo, so last video log for my last meal of the day. I just got back from coaching Thai boxing, lifted a little bit, really busy day. Met with a new client, created a little bit of content, and then also had to take a long trip to the DMV to get my tags updated. So I literally wanted to eat a whole other meal but didn't have the time to do it, so I ended up a little short on protein, and as a result I altered today's meal for dinner to kind of meet those needs. So I did another high volume combination of oats, egg whites, and cauliflower rice, but I really upped the amount of egg whites that I used, and then also I doubled the amount of Greek yogurt I used to top the dinner for the night. So this is kind of what it looks like, my very last meal. Getting down to grab it, looks like a lot of food. So that is it right there. So I have berries on top. I also have a little bit of powdered peanut butter tossed on top to give it a little bit more flavor, but it's really just mostly egg whites, oatmeal, cauliflower rice, and that is all kind of cooked together to make a little cake. And then I mix up a little bit, this was a cup of Greek yogurt, about a scoop and a fourth of protein powder, mixed together, put on top a little bit of water to make sure it doesn't get too thick. I mixed in a little bit of cocoa and then topped it with berries and a little bit of powdered peanut butter. So hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Nothing too crazy from today. No big energy dips or anything like that. I was pretty busy, so I didn't have a lot of time to pay attention to that kind of stuff. But I'm assuming that in the coming days, I'll probably experience a little bit more. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon.